I'm Elvis Kennedy, and this is Real Bad News Live, where everything is made up, unless it isn't. In COVID news, it is rumored that the new spokesman for the A Needle in Every Arm vaccination campaign will be the beloved and indestructible Keith Richards, who is certainly an expert in getting a needle in every arm. The immune from death rock star could not be reached for comment. In further COVID news, mask mandates are now being canceled all over the country, not because the virus is gone, but because of the word man. And in still further COVID news, while Joe Biden has slammed shut the borders on Americans with positive COVID tests, he is actually busing illegals into Texas who have tested positive for COVID and releasing them into the wild. Fortunately, they are asked to social distance and self-quarantine before being crammed into the overcrowded buses and dropped off in parking lots all over the Southwest. In national news, Virginia bans flying the American flag because the First Amendment will not allow them to ban all the other flags they don't like, so they logically thought they must just ban them all. At the University of Texas, a movement to replace the school song The Eyes of Texas because it was rumored to have once been sung by a racist has gained traction. Fortunately, there are no crazy people in Austin, so this probably won't go anywhere. Also in the nation, misgendering is upgraded to a federal felony, akin to really mean chopped up murder, kill, homicide murder, begging the question, wouldn't it be safer if we all simply addressed one another as comrade? Last week, 64 years after the Cat in the Hat's debut, the woke declared the legendary Dr. Seuss to be a racist and canceled him. How idiotic and left can you go? I'm not sure, but a group called Learning for Justice is trying to find out. Last week, this far-left group of, and I say this in huge air quotes, educators demanded that Dr. Seuss be removed from acknowledgement on Read Across America Day because of his, get this, racial overtones. Joe Biden stood nearby and had his aides clap his creepy old man hands. On Tuesday, Biden followed presidential tradition in proclaiming March 2nd, which incidentally is Dr. Seuss's birthday, as Read Across America Day. Yet unlike his predecessors, he demanded we forget the children's author ever existed, much like he often forgets everything else. Dr. Seuss Enterprises caved like a house of cards. 6 of Dr. Seuss's books will no longer be published because they are so offensive, Dr. Fauci has warned that it may lead directly to death. According to CNN, and to think I saw it on Mulberry Street, If I Ran the Zoo, McElliot's Pool, On Beyond Zebra, Scrambled Egg Super, and The Cat's Quizzer are all gone, for being so racist. Dr. Seuss Enterprises, a $33 million a year industry, second only in the entertainment business to the estate of Michael Jackson at $50 million a year, agreed to cancel If I Ran the Zoo over a claim that a white male character represented the dominance of the patriarchy, Orientalism, and white supremacy. As an aside, I must disclose I have an Orientalist carpet in my dining room. The far-left wackos at Learning for Justice may have stated that even though there are non-white characters in the Dr. Seuss books, there are still white characters in the books, so they must be banned. As I recall, most of the characters are blue or yellow, but I cannot confirm this since I can't find any of the books, and I can't purchase new ones. I misquote Learning for Justice claims that anyone who defends Dr. Seuss's work is a racial apologist and a bigot, and is making excuses for white supremacy, and therefore must be depersoned immediately. I tried to do some research on this and started by reading the left's translation of Dr. Seuss, or what they quote Dr. Seuss to have said in his books. And it sounds different from what I remember as a child. I attempted to find an original copy, but both Amazon and eBay have banned it. However, they do have multiple copies of Mein Kampf, and the autographed one is north of $1 million, so I can only go by the left's statements as to content. Here are the left's statements. I am Stan, Stan I am. Do you like the Ku Klux Klan? Yes, I do, Stan I am. Would you like them here or there? Yes, I want them everywhere, because non-whites are here and there. That really does sound racist. If anyone has the originals, please send them to me. This is not the Dr. Seuss that I remember. I think they made all that up. We also heard this week from the cancellation mob, and who doesn't love those guys with all their inclusivity and, yeah. About Mr. Potato Head, Paw Patrol, and other beloved characters. Is there anything these guys don't want to destroy? Their spokescomrade stated, parents must be vigilant for hashtag racism in children's books. We should be celebrating books written by authors of color only about real issues like diversity, culture, racism, sexism, and inclusion only, while humming the culturally appropriate wet-ass anyway. So basically there are now two requirements for children's books. They must be written by a person of color, and they must be about social justice. Regular stories written by persons of color don't count. So if you're a person of color and you wrote a terrific book for children that doesn't include social justice warrior topics, you're out too. Speaking of color, and in this political climate, are we allowed to speak of anything else? God forbid we should all get together. If we all got together, they would be in trouble. And by they, I mean the people that are causing all the division and all the problems. If all the different colors of people were just sat down and talked and became friends, like most of us already have, they would lose all of their power. And they don't want that. But anyway, back to Coca-Cola. The company who lists artificial color in its product's list of ingredients wants you to stop being white. I ask you, is artificial color not the cola equivalent of blackface? And why can't Coke give the job to an actual black drink? Lastly, who was the brain donor who thought 2020 is such a great year? Why not go to Mars? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Ag. That's real bad news for this week. I'm Elvis Kennedy saying, stay skeptical, my friends. Are we clear? Oh, for the love of God. Yeah, like 2020 wasn't bad enough already, and so let's try another planet. I'm sure nothing bad will happen because of that. Oh yeah, we have a horrible disease that we're not sure where it came from. Well, I mean, it came from China, right? But let's go to another planet. Bring stuff back. I'm sure none of it will be horrible and kill everybody. Hi, we're Austin, and we're going to delete the most popular song of Texans everywhere and lose all of our alumni support because we don't care and F you. Look at all the homeless people living on the street. We're so progressive. Move over, San Francisco.